Man beat man is back.
Oh, okay, boys, do it again. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered. You know what I'm saying? It's true. You know what I'm saying? But oh, look at that, my God.
This is your boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. And it's another Overwatch gameplay. But yeah, I'm talking about another game. That's pretty funny. So what I'm going to talk about in this video is the controversy within another game or involving another game, and that is Pokemon Go. So yes, there's controversy in this game, and it's kind of crazy. And you're probably wondering, but wait a minute, you do have a Pokemon Go channel, so why aren't you talking about it there? Well, that channel, I'm trying to get it to grow, and after thinking about it, I was going to do it on that channel, but after thinking about it and talking to Hybrid Mongoose about it, it's not a good look for the channel if I bring a discussion like this to that channel. But since how this channel knows its fair share of controversy and knows its fair share about talking about controversial topics, why not do it here? So yeah, I'm doing it here. So let's get on with it. So basically the controversy all started, originated going back to Go Fest, which is in Chicago, and how things ended up there during Go Fest and after Go Fest, like that weekend. And then we moved on to the legendary raids, which doesn't really add on to the controversy, but the Pikachu outbreak and the Pokemon Go Stadium event does. That surely did. So the issue there is Japan had a Pikachu outbreak event. I think it does this every year, but this is the first time, I think, or maybe the second, but the first time that Pokemon Go was involved. But this year it was involved in a big way. I know the game came out before the outbreak took place last year, so I'm not sure if it was a part of it last year. I think it was, but even if it wasn't exactly a big deal. Nobody was really going Google Gaga over it outside of Japan. This year was a different story because certain YouTubers, like there was a handful that made the trip over there and got in for free rather, but 2 in particular got over there in the form of Trainer Tips and Mystic 7. And in Japan at the Pokemon Go Stadium event, they unleashed Mewtwo in the game. So yes, so for those who were lucky to get in, they got Mewtwo early, and everybody else throughout the rest of the world, especially in the United States, I believe, is complaining about it, which led to a video done by Trainer Tips called Pokemon Go is Not Fair. And in that video, he basically says Pokemon Go is not fair, but at the same time, life isn't fair. So what that means is he's basically comparing Pokemon Go, a game where you're supposed to have fun, to life, which could be serious, it could be hard, it could be, some troubled times and things of that nature. As my phone just went off. And I'm looking like, no. And here's the thing about that. When people saw that video, they went nuts. Like, people came after Trainer Tips from all sides. There was some who defended Trainer Tips. There was others who went against them. And one of the people that went against them was FSU ATL. Now, this guy is not one of the ones who Niantic contacted, who Niantic hooked up for GoFest, nor the Pikachu outbreak or anything like that. But he is a big-time Pokemon Go YouTuber. In fact, the only reason why he's a big-time Pokemon Go YouTuber is because he is the biggest spoofer in the game. So, spoofer, aka cheater. Yeah, that's what that means. So, what happened after that was Mr. 7 came out with a video basically addressing some of the issues that the Pokemon Go players have. So they treated him like what they think is wrong with the game, or what their concerns or beef is with the game and things of that nature. And then the other half of the video, Mr. 7 went after FSU hard. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the whole Pokemon Go is not fair video. So first and foremost, was Trainer Tips correct in using the analogy life ain't fair and compare it to Pokemon Go ain't being fair. No, he was not right at all. Because again, life again is serious stuff. There's a lot of responsibilities involved. You know, it could be hard, it could be trouble, and it could be downright impossible. Pokemon Go is just a game. Not only that, it's a free to play game, technically. So for him to compare a game to real life, period, is not right. It's not good. It's not a good look for him. And we all saw why. But at the same time, what everybody else who's going against training tips need to realize is it's just a game. That's it. It's just a game. You know, they got, everybody who plays this game, they got jobs, they got school, they got college, they got all these other responsibilities, and they're worried about a game. And I'm like, no. Well, to be honest, no. Because none of them, well, I ain't gonna say none of them, most of them are not playing this game, and it's their full-time job. They don't have, well, I'm not even gonna call it a luxury. They don't have that option at this point in time. Like, it could be an option for them further down the road. You know, some people do want that lifestyle or whatever. But the majority of the people who are complaining and things of that nature, no, it is not a full-time job. So why are you worried about this game like that? And another thing that people are doing that they shouldn't be doing, rather, is they are comparing themselves to the likes of Trainer Tips, to Mystic 7, and to these other YouTubers that was able to go to the Pokemon Go Stadium event and got a Mewtwo. And again, I'm like, why? Why are you comparing? Basically, you comparing your life to theirs. And it's like, no, worry about you. You know, yeah, like, let's be honest. Let's be real here. Would I love to go to Japan and get a Mewtwo? Yeah. I always wanted to go to Japan. Even before Pokemon Go it was even thought of. Like, I always wanted to go to Japan. And then after this, I wanted to go to Japan even more. And yes, I wanted a Mewtwo because Mewtwo is one of my top 2 favorite Pokemon. So, for me not being able to go to Japan and not taking part of that Pokemon Go Stadium event, yeah, I did want to do all that. But here's the thing. I'm focusing on me and what I can do in this game. I'm not trying to compare what I can do in this game to other people. I don't care who they are. Like, yeah, I watch their videos, you know, I'm a fan or whatever, but at the same time, I'm focusing on me. You know, I ain't trying to mirror my lifestyle to theirs. You know, I'm doing my own thing. Yes, I do got YouTube channels dedicated to Pokemon Go, but at the same time, it's like I'm focusing on me in regards to the channel. I'm not trying to, you know, mimic every single thing that they do because I can't. And you shouldn't too. Just focus on you. And as far as like the issues in Pokemon Go, like, regarding whether Pokemon Go is fair or not, and except no, it's not fair because yeah, you gotta look out for the rural areas. So what I mean by that is places that don't have the monuments or a lot of people who play Pokemon Go or anything like that. You know, they are handicapped for the most part. You know, because they don't have the luxuries of the fancy buildings, the downtown lifestyle, or anything like that, like other people do. Like even me, like take me for example. You know, I live in Detroit or live near Detroit or wherever, but I don't play Pokemon Go in Detroit. That's stupid. I play Pokemon Go around Detroit, you know, like Redford, Livonia, Dearborn, Auburn Hills, and Arbor, Royal Oak, Novi. I play around Detroit, and there's a lot of players there, like in these cities. And there's a lot of stuff there. And these are not necessarily worldwide known cities or even countrywide known cities. Like these cities that I just named. Novi, Livonia, Redford. Like, you don't hear anybody out of Texas say, oh, yeah, I know where Novi is. Or I know where Royal Oak is. No. The only exception is Auburn Hills. That's because the Detroit Pistons used to play out there. Like, that stopped this past season. You know, some of you may be aware of Pontiac because the Detroit Lions used to play out there. But that ended a number of years ago. So, but yet, again, not well-known cities, but yet, you know, I still get the Pokestops. I still get the Pokejams. There's still people out there that plays. And yeah, I'm fortunate. Yeah, there are other people who are not as fortunate as I am, you know, to take part in raids and things of that nature in cities that are not major worldwide cities. So, yeah, they do need to change that. And, you know, the people in the rural areas can change that as well. Start a Facebook group. You know, start a Discord. I know obviously that gonna take some money to start a Discord. So I recommend just starting a Facebook that, you know, say, hey, I live in so-and-so. If anybody here, you know, joins and we can try to collab, get raised together, you know. And I know you know, drive around to the Pokestop and the gyms that you know where they are and see who's there. Like, if anybody there, let them know about the Facebook. Like, hey, I got a Facebook. You know, we should collab, make this easier for us. Because, you know, Niantic may or may not make it easier for us. So, you know, something like that. Take some initiative, you know. And yes, you know, like I said, you should take some initiative if you're out there in the middle of nowhere or close to that scenario. But at the same time, Niantic should make it easier for those players to play the game. Otherwise, why would they even play? Why should they play? And that's not good for Niantic. You know, they want people to play the game because even though it's free to play, they still got the microtransactions and people can take part in the microtransactions and the reviews will be up there and, you know, the business will want to sponsor them or collab with them or wherever. And it's kind of hard for Niantic to accomplish all that where they're not looking out for every single one of their players who play their game. So, yeah, a lot of things need to change, but not just one-sided. It's not just one-sided. It's both parties. So, for those of you who are complaining that, oh, there's not a lot of Pokestops, there's not a lot of Pokegems, there's not a lot of good Pokemon there, like I said, start a Facebook group. You know, take some initiative, start a Facebook group, go out and see who is playing the game and get them to join your Facebook group and collab, join forces to basically have a good time playing the game. And at the same time, Niantic do need to look out for you guys. And really, that's like the biggest concern that I have with the game. As far as what trainer tips got in his family, doing your homework, you know, passing those exams and things of that nature. So there you go with that. Now, as far as like the possible beef between Mr. 7 and FSU, I already addressed that in my other channel, so I ain't gonna get to that again. But yeah, basically bottom line is this. Pokemon Go is not fair. Niantic needs to do their share to make it fair for everybody. And everybody who are experiencing some hardships, take some initiatives. Try to make the game manageable for yourselves and other people around you who are in the same boat as you. And finally, stop worrying about what Mystic 7 is doing, what Trainer Tips is doing. Worry about you. Don't worry about them. Don't try to compare your gaming experiences to theirs. And remember, because Mewtwo is coming out worldwide. How it's coming out worldwide, I do not like. But that's another story for another day. But it's still coming. So, yeah, there you go with that, man. Y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, a.k.a. the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.